Washington, D.C. that does not share your conservative values. They're even hostile to it. Because you're here to do something that's not in their interest. They're not going to be your friend, and they're not going to help you succeed. What are you doing? You're here to cut government. You're here to cut spending. You're here to cut regulations. You're here to stop the waste, fraud, and abuse that's going on. A lot of careers have been made from that. Fiefdoms have been built around it.
Wow, this is just cult shit. That's insane. So many people have heard of this thing called Project 2025. It is the conservatives' cringe plan to essentially instill Christo-fascism in the United States. It is over 900 pages long, I believe. It's got a bunch of silly things inside of it. It's publicly available. You can read it for yourself. But if you want to invest that amount of time, which who does, right? Neko Saris, like I've said before, is doing some very good coverage on it. If you wanted to see like specifics about it, highly recommend going to watch his stuff. It's very good. But I just wanted to go over, because I guess some training videos, formerly secret training videos, got released. I don't know if it was because of the hacker that happened, right? There was like a Project 2025 hacker, and they released some secret training videos. And this is a 3-minute video that's just called Inside Project 2025 Secret Training Videos. I might go over one of their shorter ones after this, but I wanted to take a look at just, you know, the outline, see what's going on here, because I'm sure ProPublica did a good job of summarizing. So let's see what they got.
If the next Republican president does not execute a dramatic course correction, there may never be another chance.
True. Wow, you're really selling me on the Democratic ticket.
So if you're not on board with helping implement a dramatic course correction because you're afraid it'll damage your future employment prospects, it'll harm you socially, look, I get it. That's a real danger. It's a real thing. But please, do us all a favor and sit this one out.
Damn. ProPublica and Documented obtained more than 14 hours of video from Project 2025's Presidential Administration Academy. The private videos are part of an effort to recruit and train future conservative political appointees.
According to our intelligence community, the #1 threat facing our country today is, drumroll, climate change. Not Russia, not China, not AI, climate change.
You seem surprised by that. Yeah, turns out melting ice caps is not good for the human race. It's really bad. Natural disasters and all that, not great for sustaining human life.
This shows how the federal government is all in on this issue. And climate change...
This is an overview video, by the way, with clips from the leaked vids. Yeah, that's why I'm going over it. I just want to see the good stuff right now.
Activists wield a lot of power. This is an issue to pay attention to, as it has infiltrated every...
See, clearly people haven't heard that there's going to be new beachfront property with climate change, according to Donald Trump at least. For anybody who was listening to the Donald Trump Elon Musk interview last night, which makes a lot of sense, right? If the water is like going up, wouldn't there be less? Okay, never mind. You know what? It doesn't have to make sense.
Now, when I think of climate change, I immediately think of population control, don't you? I think about the people who don't want you to have children because of the impact on the environment.
I've literally never heard anybody say that. In fact, what I have heard... Here, I want to go back and hear that one more time, sorry.
I immediately think of population control, don't you? I think about the people who don't want you to have children because of the impact on the environment.
Yeah, that's never been an argument. I just wanted to make sure I heard it right. Like, there's maybe like 1 or 2 psychos on Twitter who consider themselves lefties, who are really just demented freaks, who would say that, like, yeah, having a kid is bad for the environment, which... I guess if you want to be technical about it, it can sort of kind of impact like how much resources is used, whatever. But like that's not a real concern that any, you know, serious leftist ever brings up. In fact, I like to bring up things that, you know, encourage the opposite, right? We want people to have more kids. I would like people to have more kids, okay? Because that means more human power, right? That means more, it's just, I think it's better to have more people, you know? If people want to have more kids. So in order to encourage people to want to have more kids and to be able to have more kids, progressive policies are the way to go. Like that, this is insane bullshit. Make it easier for people to have kids. Donald Trump and his campaign aides have tried to distance themselves from Project 2025. Before its publicity, Trump praised the Heritage Foundation, which leads Project 2025, for its work. Yeah, they've been straight up lying. Trump has just been lying.
Our country is going to hell. The critical job of institutions such as Heritage is to lay the groundwork, and Heritage does such an incredible job at that. Encourage new thinking, embrace new directions, and keep Heritage at the vanguard of the conservative movement.
Also worth mentioning, he has a ton of Trump's former aides are a part of Heritage Foundation now, working on Project 2025, and also J.D. Vance wrote the foreword for it, and J.D. Vance, of course, is his VP pick. So, speakers in the Project 2025 videos are careful not to explicitly side with Trump, instead referring to a, quote, conservative president or, quote, conservative administration. Gotta distance themselves from Trump, because they know it's unpopular. But most speakers who appear in the videos have worked for Trump in some capacity, either on his 2016 to 2017 transition team, in his administration, or on his 2024 re-election campaign. There you go.
The American people who vote for a conservative presidential administration, they're not reading the New York Times. They're not reading the Washington Post. Actually, to the contrary. If those outlets publish something, they're going to assume it's false. So the only way to reach them with any voice of credibility is through working with conservative media outlets.
Do not let career bureaucrats hinder you from advancing the president's agenda. Keep in mind, you're coming into a place, Washington, D.C., that does not share your conservative values. They're even hostile to it. Because you're here to do something that's not in their interest. They're not going to be your friend, and they're not going to help you succeed. What are you doing? You're here to cut government. You're here to cut spending. You're here to cut regulations. You're here to stop the waste, fraud, and abuse that's going on. But a lot of careers have been made from that. Fiefdoms have been built around it.
Wow, this is just cult shit. That's insane. Do you have any information about Project 2025 that we should know? Reporter Andy Kroll can be reached at andy.kroll@propublica.org and by Signal or WhatsApp at that number. Okay, cool. So you guys get the idea. Very good summary. Very good, just a, very fast, snappy 3-minute clip of, some of the highlight reels, right? Or a highlight reel. Some of the highlights are in it, rather. Of what's going on with these secret training videos. Scary stuff. Very scary stuff. Not good. Who's the target audience for this? They're training people. So the target audience for the training videos is people who are already on board with them, right? People who are already on the inside. So this isn't for the public. This is specifically for people who are trying to assist, with Project 2025 and get it pushed. Okay, so they're not trying to trick anybody with this. This is their agenda. This is the quiet part out loud thing. That's exactly what this is. And I kind of want to watch one of their shorter ones just to get a better idea of exactly what's being said. But we'll see what happens. The cognitive dissonance is real. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if it's cognitive dissonance. It's literally just, listen, people don't want our agenda, so we have to shove it down their throats. I think they know. They know what they're doing. So I don't think it's cognitive dissonance. I think this is literally, no, force them to do our agenda. I thought agenda was a leftist thing. No, you're thinking of trends agenda. That's an Italian thing, is what it is. It's sexual for them? Yeah, to an extent, definitely. It's, they're forced birthers. They have a birthing kink. They have a pregnancy and, they have a pregnancy and birth kink is what it is. Once the kid's born, fuck them, like they can die, they can, suffer, whatever, it doesn't matter. But up until that point, when you have a pregnant woman, the most important thing is not, or a pregnant person or whatever, the most important thing is not the person who's pregnant. It's the thing inside the person who's pregnant. It's the fetus. And that's for a few reasons. The fetus can't think for itself, and it also keeps largely women, because mostly women get pregnant, in line. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/Alec Gunter TTV/join. You got some awesome benefits such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.